Type into log into Facebook again. We're different. It's opening up a different thing. I need to log into Facebook.
Okay.
Getting there. Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. Hi. Can you hear me okay?
Hi, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you.
Let me see. Oh, Ken has. Yeah,
I should. I can see my microphone.
I can hear you on face. I can see you there, so I can. Amazing. Sorry. Hello, Tina. How are you? I'm so sorry about the mix-up with the times.
That's all right. You caught me now. Yesterday I had my hair done all nice and, had some makeup on, and now I've literally come back from a walk and I saw a message from Jeanette saying, did you want to jump on now? And I thought, oh God, I'm all sweaty, but all right.
I'm currently in a cabin on a ferry between Greece and Italy. So I was just like, Jeanette, do you think it'll work? I was like, no, but sure, we'll give it a go. I saw your post the last day and I was like, I'm so excited to hear all. Like, this just amazes me so much. It's
seriously amazing. Yeah.
It just never gets bored.
Honestly, the thing is, I've done another Feng Shui group. I'm sure you've heard of Marie Diamond.
Yeah.
I did her Mind Valley course, and I found it useful, but it didn't really, I didn't see any drastic changes. And it could have been a combination of things at that time, but I didn't actually see the massive changes. So you can imagine my husband's delight when I said, oh, here's another Feng Shui course that I want to do. And so I said, look, I've just got a good feeling about it. After doing, I think there was a pop-up group, and so I went through that, and immediately after cleaning the front door, sweeping the front door and cleaning everything out there, I had a client just on the spot just want to go ahead straight away with a website build. And normally with a website build, you have to do a proposal and they discuss it and it goes through all that, and they just went, nah, we just want to go. We just want to go ahead with it and do it. And then the second time round, the same thing happened. I thought, oh, I'm ready for the next client, but usually it takes a while. No, they just they saw the proposal and they said, let's just go. So I saw the changes in right away. So I just said to my husband, look, I've just got a good feeling. I want to do the course.
Oh my God, I love it.
So, he has to deal with me, and even the kids thought I was crazy putting metal. They're like, why is there metal everywhere? Why is there all this gym weights in my room? Because I'm trying to tuck it away into certain places. And I said, look, I'm doing this for Feng Shui. It'll bring good luck. It'll, I'm trying to explain things. They're 5 and at the time 5 and 9, now 6 and 10. But so I just said to them, I said to my husband as well, just do it, please, just do it for me. Just don't move things around. And so I'd freak out if my husband would move something. So all these things started happening, and then I actually wrote down a few other things.
Oh, I can't wait to hear.
And I actually realized that these are all things that I have put in my affirmations. I totally forgot all about them. I literally just wrote them down and just put them in there in the guas and just forgot about them. Didn't give it a second thought. And then I was thinking just as I was writing these down, I keep winning money in whatever draw I enter. It may not be the jackpot, so I think I need to go back and change that to jackpot because I'm winning $2, $17, just little bits here and there. So I said, right, I think I need to go find where I wrote that affirmation down and just change it to jackpot.
Then we'll have you on for that.
Yes, so jackpot winner for sure. So the biggest one for me was it was definitely, like I watched the video before about the kids. So you would mention that my kids they would fight all the time, like constantly bickering, and everyone just said, oh, that's normal. And I thought to myself, no, I don't think it is. I know that you know that it doesn't have to be this way. And our house is good for money, good for people. And I thought, well, that doesn't tell me that it's good for people if they keep fighting. So something's not right here. And then I'll probably say it took about a month to 2 months before I guess things had to settle and whatever else, because we noticed a shift, but it wasn't a massive shift. Now it just keeps getting better and better. I even wrote down in my affirmations that they would hug, and they constantly hug. It's like I have to be careful of what I write in there. They're constantly hugging, and normally my youngest one, he puts on, you know, he pretends to be really tough. But now he's like, okay, I'll give you another cuddle. And it's just amazing. I just cannot believe that they have completely changed. We've been in lockdown here in Melbourne, Australia, for months, and they are not at each other's throats. In fact, our youngest went to prep, which is the first official school level, and he's just gone these last 3 days because they said part of this release of the lockdown, we're sending the youngest ones to school first part-time. And then my neighbor saw my eldest, and she said to him, do you miss James? And he said, yeah, I do. She said I couldn't believe it, because she normally doesn't hear, you know, the siblings, they just want, you know, they bicker and they fight. They don't miss the other sibling. And she just couldn't believe it. And I thought, oh my God, that's so lovely to hear. I just can't believe this. This is not normal. It's our new normal, but it was not normal. And then I think the biggest thing for me was my son constantly had a blocked sinus. And we went to a naturopath and all sorts of things, and she just said it's gluten. It's you know, you've got to release gluten from his diet, and that was really difficult for us because nobody else is gluten intolerant. And in my mind, in my gut, I actually just felt like I don't think it is that. Something's just telling me it's not that. And and then we actually just saw a doctor recently, and he said just get him to have a hot shower every day. And his nose has cleared, and he's been battling for months, if not a couple of years now. Nothing has worked properly except this. So, you know, it's just been, I just can't believe it. Massive changes. What was the other one? Again, this is something that I had in my affirmations. I'm getting more of my ideal clients. Again, what I wrote in my affirmations. I really wanted to buy a course. It was $1,000. I just left it to the universe. I was just thought, you know, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Anyway, I received an email about 2 weeks later, and it was part of a 24 other course package that you get access to 25 courses for $99. And that was in the course that I wanted was in that. So not only am I getting access to 24 other business courses, the one that I want is in there, and it's only $99, not $999. I was just blown away. I thought to myself, I'm just going to leave it, and I would never have guessed that something like that would happen.
I love it.
So I was right. What else? I also wrote down that I wanted my eldest to find some friends that really suited his personality, because we've had a few bullies in the area that he used to go to kinder with, and we sort of didn't want him to associate with him anymore, because my eldest is a lover, not a hater, that's for sure. So I wrote that in my affirmations, and all of a sudden, because of lockdown, we haven't been able to leave within 5 kilometers. He started to rekindle relationships with the boy across the road that he went to kinder with, and another boy who he also went to kinder with, and they are suited to a T. They get along. There's no bullying. There's no bickering. It's beautiful. So that's so far. That's what I've got so far. So the list, honestly, it's almost daily.
And how about your husband? What's going on with him now because of the feng shui? Because I'm just like, since he has actually,
Well, he had been hesitant for a very long time to admit that it was starting to work, and I think he first he's sticking his head in because he heard. He said that he actually noticed that the boys were not fighting as much, anywhere near as much, because it was that obvious to us that they were fighting. that you notice a difference when they're not. And they're always hugging each other and being respectful and helping out. These are all things that, again, I wrote down in my affirmations. I honestly have to go back and have a look just to make sure that I haven't put something in there that I don't want there now, because it's just it's shifting that quickly now. And the thing is, I wanted it to happen like the next day. When I first started putting everything, I was like, right, universe, I've got everything in place, give it to me. Because I kept seeing stories, it happened the next day. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to believe that it does work, and it will work for me too. Just because it doesn't happen the next day, that's okay. And then all of a sudden it just sort of just started spiraling. And so, it's pretty amazing.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. I love it.
I feel lucky, actually.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, so amazing. Was there a resistance to a resistance for you for joining this course? I know you said you felt it in your gut, but was there, what was coming up for you when you were like thinking of joining? You're like,
the initial one, so the initial one for me was, I've already paid for a feng shui course and I didn't really get the results that I wanted from it. Am I crazy doing this again? It was that sort of thing. So but I don't know, it was just something that I follow my intuition. So I just knew that this was it, because I'd already seen some changes. So just doing that pop-up group for a week, I think it was, I'd noticed the changes then. So immediately I thought there's got to be something to it. So I was definitely hesitant to do a second feng shui course, because, I've already done one and I didn't get the results. Why am I doing a second one? But I just knew, from that. And I don't know, I just had a good vibe from you as well. I can read people's energy. So I just had a good vibe.
Mike, what would you say to people who are considering joining? Because when you're just like thinking about a course and joining something, and it is scary, and it's like doesn't sometimes. I love how you follow your intuition, but like for people who are like, I don't know.
Yeah. I would say that I haven't looked at everybody else's stories, but for me, because of how long has it been? July, I think it was August, maybe 3 months, I think it's been, for me to have seen these changes, and they have been noticeable changes, not just, a few dollars have come in. It's more about, so it's everything that I asked for. It's about the health, it's about money, it's about the job, it's about family. Even the relationship with my brother has improved, and I didn't think that would happen either, but I wrote it down anyway, in hope, and all of a sudden that changed as well. So I would say I think you have to believe it too. That's the other thing. So if you're going to go in with a negative attitude and just say, well, I've put everything in, screw this, it's not working after a week, then it's not for you. You do have to have patience. Maybe you are lucky that it happens, that things change drastically the next day, but you also have to have the patience for it too. So I would say, for me, without hesitation, I would recommend it to friends. But I think for me, my husband always says, a lot of people think this is woo-woo and they won't believe you. So I think it's people who are already open to this. So if you're already open to it, you've seen the results. I've just reeled off an A4 page of things that have happened to me. And there's others in the group as well. I'm not alone. So I would say, with keeping all those things in mind, go for it. There's a payment plan. So, there's the money will come. Especially because it's on a payment plan if you can't pay for the whole thing up front. So I would have no hesitation if they were already open to it, even just a little bit.
I love that. And what would you think people are missing out if they don't join?
The life that they want. I just think that with the changes that I have seen personally, I know that this is not just a fluke. It's not just all of a sudden these great things have happened to me, because I've lived I may look like I'm 20, but
you do,
I've lived longer than that. I lived longer than that, so things haven't always worked out. It doesn't mean that I live a perfect life, but it means that so many things have improved in my life. And coincidentally, I don't know, but it's happened since I've joined the course, and I've actually put affirmations down and, you know, worked on my mindset as well, all those sorts of things, my vision board, all the other things that you learn about as well. I've implemented all of that. So if you are ready to do the work, I just think go for it. I wouldn't hesitate personally.
Thank you so much, Tina. It's just so great to hear. And honestly, this just doesn't get boring for me. I'm always like, and what else? And what else? And you're like, I've got an 8-bar list of things written. Like, it's just amazing. It is. It just blows my mind. Honestly. And it's so fun because the thing is, also people are quiet. Like Tina joined the group. You posted maybe a few questions. Like it's not like and then all of a sudden I post on the wins, and then there's this big long list of wins. This happened and this happened. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. Absolutely. I know. But it's been great. Yeah. I didn't even, the funny thing is when you were, I watched the interview and you were saying, I think I had, when our tenants moved out and they just replaced all the blinds, painted more than half the house, cut the grass, all these sort of things happen. I didn't even think of it from a helpful people point of view. I thought of it as, oh my God, they've saved us so much money. And then when you pointed that out, I was like, oh yeah, hell yeah, that is helpful people. That's absolutely it was. So I think in my mind I had, it was all about, we've saved this much money, but helpful people is a huge one. And even the property manager that's looking after the house, organizing everything for us, he's doing so much. I actually said to my husband, I can't believe how much he's going out of his way to do things for us and get things for us and seek this person and that person and get quotes. And, I know it's his job, but he's gone above and beyond. So that's the really cool part about it. It's just, it's an accumulation. It just keeps going. And now I just expect it because why not? It's been happening, so I'm just going to take more and more of it.
This is so fun because you're like 3 months in, it's like 3 or 4 months in. Like it's just it, and that's what's so fun for me is like building the momentum. So I'm like, I can't wait to talk to you next year, Tina. But,
I know,
and be like, well, actually,
I will be sitting at my beach house. I would be sitting on my balcony, looking over the beach, sipping my pina colada, and I'll take a video of my house.
You'll be like, remember,
because that's my next thing. So,
well, now we're all manifesting it for you
absolutely.
As well. I see you there. I love it. Thank you so much. But
I think mindset is a huge thing. I think if you, I think that's the main thing here. It doesn't just it kind of magically happens, but it doesn't. But you also have to change your mindset and believe that it will. And just
Yeah, I love that. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Tina. I'm sorry about our time zone confusion.
You're welcome.
This is amazing. And I'm so happy to hear all your wins. And I just can't wait to hear more. And I think, what's so nice talking to you is, that when you do it, you're like, your house is the ultimate, like, good house type, but like, there's always room for improvement. And there can be areas that are not as balanced. And from just listening to you here, I'm like, there's definitely stuff going on with the relationships area, the family area. And now that that's balanced, it's really allowing the good for people, good for money thing just to kind of flourish, like really allowing that to happen. So it's beautiful. And I'm so grateful to hear from you and for you to share your stories. I can't wait till next year to hear what happens.
I know. Yeah.
Thanks.
I can't wait either.
Oh, thank you so much for joining me.
You're welcome.
And for anyone that is listening, you can, pop your, just comment and say amazing and congratulations to Tina. I know that it's like a scary step to kind of sign up for something that you're not that 100% sure of, and you hear all of these success stories, and you're like, oh, but maybe she's just lucky. Or so we'd love to have you part of Powerhouse and to have more success stories and be the next Tina coming on and sharing all your wins. Have a great day, Tina. Thank you so much for joining me. And
thank you.
I'm looking forward to welcoming you people to Powerhouse. Bye.
Bye.